So, Christian Paystrip number one. What can you tell us about working on the film?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun working on the movie. Especially just getting to act against another actor who looks exactly like you.
So, we just got word that Ang Lee and Will Smith are working on a film where Will Smith fights a younger version of himself, and we were wondering what your thoughts on that were.
Sorry, what?
Oh, so, Ang Lee and Will Smith are working on a film where Will Smith fights himself, and it has a very similar premise to Legacy. We wanted to know your thoughts.
Come again?
We wanted to know your thoughts on Gemini Man, the movie with Ang Lee and Will Smith.
Well, I hope for the best, I guess, on that project. Well, okay then. Yeah.
So I just saw Will Smith versus Will Smith, Gemini Man, and it's not good. It's not good. It's not a good movie. But it's actually kind of fun, and I actually unironically liked it. I can't believe this is happening. Like, don't get me wrong, this movie is not good in the slightest. It's stupid as heck. The narrative is a mess. It's very clear the studio came in here and probably edited some things. The dialogue is atrocious. Like, a good example is there's a scene where Will Smith is like all talking about how he's depressed about being a soldier, and he has this whole thing that he can't look at a mirror. Actually, that's not very stupid. That's actually something I don't think any of us really like doing.
You know, you ever see a photo of yourself and it kind of ruins your day? For a second, you don't even recognize yourself. You're like, who's that fat guy? Oh, no! I should call my wife and tell her I love her.
That having been said, yeah, aside from it just being a dumb as heck movie, the movie actually has some positives, I should say. For one, the lighting, there are good scenes where the film actually looks pleasant to look at, surprisingly. Most of the time, the de-aging on William Smith is actually really good. Sometimes not so much. And on top of that, the action is kinda awesome. Like, there's this really cool thing where, like, he gets face hit with, like a motorcycle, right? And then there's this whole, like, other thing where they're fighting, like, a, bunch of people, and it's really kind of awesome. And yeah, it's that's the best way to describe it. It's dumb. It is really, really dumb. They spoiled everything in the trailers. It's not good, but it's fun. It's fun, and again, part of that is just the action's really good. I mean, this is Ang Lee, the guy who did Crouching Tiger we're talking about. Like, and if you've seen Crouching Tiger, that movie is a work of art. Like, look at that. Look how cool that is. But yeah, no, Gemini Man, bad movie, but I'm gonna give it a positive rating. There you go. On to the next one. Here we go.
Must be a season of
So, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. I think it's important to get out of the way that I finally saw the first one like a week ago, and I liked it. I didn't love it. I think the biggest issue was it just wasn't too engaging at points, but I think my biggest strength was just how it's different in its narrative. Like, it's deconstructionist very clearly. But like kind of this whole taking classic, political, social things from fairy tales and myths and kind of recontextualizing them in like this newer version of it. I really liked that. I liked the change of Maleficent and Aurora. I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked it. It's much too similar to high school reading. You don't love the books, but you're intrigued by the thematic thing going on. And as for Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, it's fine. I don't even mean that as a bad thing. It's just fine. It's fine, but, considering the first movie is, really its own thing, there's not really much you can go from, but instead they actually kind of did something intriguing. So basically what happens is, Philip gets proposed to, Aurora and all that stuff, and the family has to meet each other, but the queen is actually a douchebag who's trying to start a war or whatever, and she frames Maleficent for a curse thing, and then it turns into a big final battle that's really awesome and stuff. Yeah, that sounds great, right? What went wrong? Well, the first act is pretty good, but then the second act happens, and it turns into this whole thing where there's a whole race of Maleficent's people, and they're persecuted, and they have, like, their own rebellion that's, like, straight out of every young adult, like, novel post-Hunger Games. And why? Why is it here? We didn't need this movie. But sure, why not? It kind of turns boring until you get to the big final battle, and the final battle, like, rules. Like, it really rocks. That having been said, there's a bunch of other stupid things that go on in the final battle. Like, there's this whole scene where, like, it goes on too long, where it's, oh no, this thing is happening, and nobody is, like, doing anything about it. Like, not even in a... they physically can't do anything. It's just no one's doing anything, and this scene goes on for 10 minutes, and it's super awkward, and again, I'm trying to be very careful on the spoilers here. There's also these two adorable side creature things that are literally just there for merchandise, don't ask me why. And I just felt like the movie could have strengthened its narrative a bit more. That having been said, I still liked what I liked from it. I think the cast was wonderful. Maleficent is surprisingly has lesser screen time in this, so it gives the supporting cast some more room to breathe and be actual characters. And despite having the crappiest motivation all year, Michelle Pfeiffer's Queen is kind of awesome, and this whole her versus Maleficent thing is kind of awesome, and, it's just, again, it's not a movie I would necessarily want to rewatch anytime soon, but if it's on, I'm okay with it. I think if you didn't like the first Maleficent, or you thought it was fine, you'll probably feel the same way about this one, or maybe you'll like it more, I don't know. But yeah, there you go. I'm giving it that score out of 10. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. I will probably not be doing a review next week. I don't know, because I don't know if I'm watching anything next week, because the only thing coming out is Countdown, and that looks awful. But yeah, see y'all later. Bye.